He never scored a try in Australia. He never played test footy for his own country. And 2 English clubs literally rejected him on sight. Yet this shy, bald, wiry winger from Sydney became the most unstoppable try scorer rugby league has ever seen. Anywhere, any era. This is the astonishing story of Brian Bevan, the wing wizard who left defenders grasping at thin air. Before he became a legend, Bevan was barely noticed. Born in 1924, raised in Sydney, he wasn't big, he wasn't muscular, he didn't look like a star. But he had one secret weapon: speed. Ridiculous, electrifying speed. Growing up in Sydney and attending Waverley College, he excelled in track sprinting and swimming, showcasing the raw speed that would later define his entire career. But World War II interrupted everything. Bevan signed with Eastern Suburbs in 1942, managed just 8 games, and then spent years serving in the Royal Australian Navy, patrolling the Pacific. When the war ended, he took a plunge that changed rugby league forever. In 1946, he travelled to England, hoping to continue his footy career. Leeds didn't want him. Hunslet passed as well. Both clubs thinking he was too small and too strange a runner. That strange style would soon become legendary. Warrington took the gamble and unearthed the biggest try machine the world has ever seen. Across 18 seasons of top-flight English rugby league, Bevan played 688 games, scoring 796 tries. A world record. That's 275 tries more than the great Billy Boston. He completed 100 hat-tricks and twice scored 7 tries in a match. His best season was 72 tries in 1952-53. That's not just good, that's Don Bradman level dominance. Bevan's running style was unlike anything defenders had seen. He stayed low, hunched over, arms pumping, almost gliding rather than stepping. It wasn't strength that beat you, it was the way he slid through gaps before you even realised they were there. Australia never picked Bevan in a test team, and he didn't even care. The Australian selectors dismissed the English game as weaker, claiming Bevan wouldn't score as freely in the New South Wales Rugby Football League. He shrugged and said he was happy in England. To this day, he remains the only player in the Australian Rugby League Team of the Century who never played a test. Warrington crowds idolised him like a movie star. Kids would sprint across the field after full time just to touch his jersey for luck. If local barbers had offered a Brian Bevan haircut with its famous bald patch, they would have had an endless queue of customers waiting at the door. Bevan's training routine was ahead of its time. In an era when many players barely trained outside match days, he was obsessed with his fitness and speed work, always looking for an edge in conditioning. These extra training sessions were the reason he was still burning defenders into his late 30s. To honour Bevan's legacy, Warrington placed a bronze statue of him at their stadium, a rare achievement for any Australian in a foreign country. Brian Earl Bevan became a Hall of Famer in 2 countries, the Australian Hall of Fame and the British Hall of Fame. No winger, before or since, has come close to touching his try-scoring records. Not Billy Boston, not Martin Afire, not Ken Irvine. He was the wing wizard, the tiny Aussie who crossed the world, carved up England and became rugby league's greatest ever try-scoring phenomenon. If you love stories from the Rugby League Legends Vault, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments, where would you rank Brian Bevan among the all-time greats. I'll leave you with that thought.